When I first saw the G8X last year, it didn't really catch my attention. I don't know if that's because of the Galaxy Fold taking all the spotlight on the internet and being all over the news, or if it's because LG has just been a little under the radar lately with smartphones. But none of that matters because this phone changes all of that. And spoiler alert, I really like this phone. I mean, the G8X is pretty much on par with all other flagships like the Pixels, the S10s, and the Notes, but no one seems to know or care about LG phones anymore. Sadly, the competition has been outshining LG over the past couple of years. It's not like LG makes bad phones or anything like that. It just seems like their phones are always a little bit behind in areas the average consumer finds important. But the G8X changes all of that, in my opinion. The G8X is pretty much like every other high-end phone of 2019. It comes with a Snapdragon 855 processor, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, which is expandable, an in-screen fingerprint scanner, a 4000 milliamp battery. It's also made of glass and metal with a power button on the right side, a volume rocker on the left side, and under that a dedicated Google Assistant button, which in my opinion is a lot more useful than Samsung's Bixby at the moment. It even has stereo speakers and a headphone jack with a 32-bit quad DAC so that you can enjoy amazing audio quality with your headphones. The camera setup is pretty flagship too. It has a 12 megapixel camera, a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera with a 136-degree field of view, which is wider than any other flagship that I've seen. And around the front, it has a 32 megapixel selfie camera, which is a lot more megapixels than most flagships. And the camera quality is pretty good too. I wouldn't go as far as saying that it's Pixel 4 or iPhone 11 good, but you won't be disappointed with the shots. In good lighting, you can get some great pics, and the ultra wide camera quality might be the best that I've tested on any flagship. I mean, LG has been doing it the longest, so that didn't really surprise me too much. But where the G8X is better than most flagships is video recording, and not just the quality of the video, but the amount of control that they give you with the camera app. From controlling the microphone gain to the shutter speed and white balance, it's pretty impressive that you get this type of control with a smartphone camera. It's also the first phone to be able to record ASMR. And to be honest, I didn't even know what this was until I read this feature and looked it up online to see what it is. It's a very interesting technique to relieve stress. You should look it up. So the G8X has flagship qualities and flagship specs, just like all the other LG phones over the past couple of years, but this one changes the game, and it's all because of a simple accessory, and that is this display case that you just connect over USB-C and gives your G8X 2 screens. The G8X has a very nice full HD OLED screen, and this case just gives you the exact same screen again to give you more real estate to play with. I said in previous videos that the Note 10 is a productivity beast, but the G8X takes that to a whole new level. Folding screens are super cool in my opinion. I played with the Galaxy Fold and loved it, but there is a lot that needs to be worked on to make it as reliable and robust as a normal smartphone for daily use. It's kind of like the electric cars. They're super cool, have a lot of benefits, but the infrastructure for charging, along with other things, aren't quite there yet. So in this case, the G8X is a hybrid. What I mean is the folding displays are definitely cooler, but the dual screen on the LG is more practical and robust for at least this moment in time. LG did a great job making this case slim and still be sturdy, and also have a 360-degree hinge. The second display is connected by a USB-C connector on the bottom of the case, and it automatically detects when you connect the phone, which is pretty nice. But LG's cleverness didn't stop there. They also put a 5-pin connector at the bottom of the case, so you can charge the phone while it's still inside of the case. You can also use this to transfer data from your phone to your computer. And it uses this magnetic charging tip that you can stick on the end of your USB-C charging cable, and I love this feature. It's so simple, but I love it. And when the case is closed, there is a small black and white screen so you can see incoming notifications without opening or unfolding the phone. I'm not really a fan of the mirror finish on the front, but I guess it can come in handy as a mirror. I've seen other reviewers complain about the big opening on the back of the case, but I don't think it's that bad. They say they think they made it this big just so they can show the logo here, but honestly, I don't think that's the reason. I think they made it like this so that you can disconnect the phone out of the case by just pushing on the back side of it, because I think it would be pretty hard to get this out of the case if you didn't have this big opening. LG also built in some really cool software features to take advantage of the two screens. And that's a good thing, because since it's not a folding phone, the crease in the middle is pretty thick. But things like LG's gamepad is genius. You can have your game playing on one screen like Fortnite and the gamepad open on the other screen. And this way you don't have your fingers blocking any portion of the screen while you're playing. And it comes with 5 different gamepads to choose from. And if you don't like any of them, you can customize and make your own gamepad. So if you're a hardcore mobile gamer, it's probably worth looking at the G8X. I personally had trouble playing with the gamepad, but that's because it's still a touchscreen and I'm not really a big gamer, so I guess after a little practice, it would have been a little bit easier. You can also open up emails on one screen and use the other screen for a big full screen keyboard. And this is a great feature for someone that writes a lot of emails like me. It's like having a little laptop in your pocket. The possibilities are endless. You can use Instagram on one screen and YouTube on the other. You can watch Netflix on one and then chat with friends on the other. And in the camera app, you can snap a pic on the right screen and see a preview of what you just shot on the left screen without leaving the camera app. This phone is truly a multitasking beast. It's just one of those things that I didn't even know I would enjoy that much until I had it. It's gonna be so hard to go back to a normal single screen phone after this. So my experience with this phone over the past month has been amazing. It performs well. I didn't experience any slowdowns or stutters. The only annoyance I had with this phone is the in-screen fingerprint scanner. It often failed to recognize my finger, and I had to repeatedly scan it to just get in my phone. I don't know if this can be fixed with a software update, but I just had to mention it because it is kind of annoying. Also, the battery life dropped a lot if you use the display case the whole day, which is to be expected. I mean, it is pushing 2 bright full HD displays. So if you're someone that likes the idea of a folding phone to give you more space to do more things on your phone, then I can definitely recommend the G8X, especially if you don't want to go out and spend $2,000 on the Galaxy Fold, which is a lot more fragile. Another selling argument for the G8X is the price. It costs only 750 euros on Amazon right now in Germany, and that's a good price even if the phone didn't come with this dual display case. So thanks for watching my review. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want more daily content like this, you can follow me on Instagram at Peacock Insight Tech. See you in the next video.